In 2018, I was planning on building the house, and this plan come since I was a child, about 16 years old. So when I moved from New Jersey to Florida, and it gave me the opportunity to purchase property, of course for a lower price than New Jersey would be charging. So I took the opportunity and told my wife we were gonna build a home. She wasn't all sold on the idea, but fast forward now, she's all in. So to begin in 2018, uh, we find a local architect that didn't live too far, and we purchase a plan from him. And from there, we break down the plan completely and turn it into the way we want our dream home to be. So as we did all that and we were doing more research, we found a local guy that does work for a concrete company, and he often bring back home the remaining blocks that they don't use. And through a mutual friend, you know, uh, I got in contact with him, and I find 2,500 blocks that time in 2018 at $650 with extra material. How great is that? I couldn't pass on the price, so we quickly jumped on it. And because I own a tow truck, the tow truck was the way of transportation. So we used that to transfer the block from property to property. And fast forward, here in this picture, you will see that all the blocks, it was way more blocks than this when I took this picture. It was a whole lot more. And this alone was set for my second trip. And I dedicated myself to take all those blocks in one day and offload it the same day. So in this video, this is actually a video of me loading up the blocks, and I believe this was actually my seventh shirt within 4 hours. That's how crazy it was. It was extremely hot that day. So we loaded up, and after we were done, we took ourselves home and offloaded again. And thank goodness, the first load I think I must have picked up about 1,500. I'm sorry, 1,500 blocks that day, that early on that day. And then when I came back, the remaining, I just load up the block, the remaining, and the woods that was also given to me. I had a lot of 2x4s. Uh, I also had a lot of electronic pipe to run underground plumbing and so forth. So it was well worth the money. Well worth it. I can't complain. As I was getting extremely exhausted, I was dying of exhaustion from this heat. Uh, you will see in the video the guy who sold me the block offer 20 minutes of his time, and I felt like that 20 minutes was more than what I needed. More than what I need. I was dragging, my body was just out of it. The energy it took and the time it took me to drive to drop off those blocks at the property and offload it and drive back to for a second trip, you can only imagine. It took a lot. So I'm not complaining because at the end of the day, uh, there's route to get to every destination. It's just depend on how and which way you want to go. Some people want to spend the cash and some people want to find deal. And I kid you not, that was one of the greatest deal I found. Right here. So I towed 2,500 blocks between work and scheduling, including loading and offloading, which wasn't so bad. Uh, I can't say I was alone loading those blocks. Giving my wife was here to give me moral support, okay? And that moral support was very good, extremely good. But also, my body was screaming for physical help, if you understand what I mean. And I wasn't gonna get no saver. So we got home, and you can see on my right hand side, right here, this corner, I had to take all those blocks and push it back out of past this tree branch because the pad was set further to my right hand side instead of my left. So therefore I had to offload all this block in front of this tree and take those and remove them from where they were so I could have space for the bobcat to spread the dirt so the pad could be formed for the fooder. And I tell you what, it was not fun. It was not fun at all. But we managed. We managed. We managed. So there's more to the story. Follow along with me. There's much better to the story. So as I mentioned, uh, this dirt here, I thought the house was gonna sit further this way, but in fact, it's set further that way. So even though I didn't have enough dirt for the pad, but I still had to move those blocks regardless. In the next video or next picture, you will see that I had my guy, my field dirt guy came through and he dumped uh over 30 load of dirt on the property so I could go ahead and form the pad. And the explosion sign, well, simply because I feel as if I was adding all this dirt before I even did this. I already had the block lined up along. I already had the block along the fence, so therefore it was even harder for me. So as the guy came and dumped the dirt, so now I had more dirt on top, and the blocks that was on the side, on that side, had to come further this way for the pad to sit. And we take care of that, and we got closer to where we wanted the height, because I believe it was supposed to sit about 4 feet high, 4 feet high, and on top of it I had to have the stem off. You'll see what I'm talking about furthermore. In this video I had a guy came out to grade the pad for me because my loader not only broke down, but my bobcat that I got, the hydraulic hose bust, and I needed to finish this work. And apparently here in Florida everything closes at 5, latest
Working
6
on the
o'clock.
house pad.
And it
Actually
was
building
sucked
a stem wall.
because I needed to get
They
this
have to
done
level the
because the
grid.
next day
They have to level the grid.
I had the
After
guy
level the
coming
grid,
through,
I have to call in
which
and
is one of my favorite contractors
get
that
a quote on
stopped by to help out.
masonry. You see how
He
much
was
the
doing
mason
the
is
footer
gonna
for
put
me, so he had to dig,
the stem wall for me.
so the pad had to be at its
These are the step process
at
that
the
I'm in
level
right
set
now.
for the house to
My
be.
daddy's over there. We were trying to
In
do
the
it, but
next video
my team
there's
broke.
more, but this video I
So
know my
currently
dad was
working
there,
toward
and I think I had to
the
pay at
project
least
forward, moving forward.
$400 just for this. And I had the
Pad is
machine,
about
but the hose gave out
4,580
on
square
us,
feet. It's a big
and
pad.
I didn't get upset
That's
because in construction things happen.
that's what we're working in.
But better yet,
My mom right there.
I just admire every process of it, so
She
I
think
didn't
the
feel
machine's
like
gonna hit her.
it was a burden.
And that's the other worker. Today is October 2018. This is October 18, 2018. That's what we're working on. My dad's house across. Two little birds, they over here.
In this video, the guys were here setting up the footer. They actually were doing the mock-up where the house pad is sitting. The rooms, where the entry port would be, and so forth. And I kid you not, they had the leverage shooting for the right amount of level if the foundation was leveled. And they also had the trencher here, which is a backhoe. The backhoe was there to dig the hole where they were gonna set the number 5 rebar, the number 5 rebar, I'm sorry. So they were digging around to make sure everything was placed exactly where they were supposed to place. And the next video you will see what I mean. In this video, we actually had the backhoe up there. The backhoe was there, so we could dig the trenches for the footer. If you play this video below, you will see where the backhoe sat on top,
2018.
and they were ready
About
to
10 o'clock.
dig the footer as they were reading the floor plan, so they knew exactly where everything else would be. And
digging for
you know,
the
I had to
foundation so they
sit
can
back
put the
and
footing.
enjoy
That's what
the
we're
whole
doing.
beginning of the work, because it felt like everything was coming to life simply by those simple steps. Those baby steps meant a lot to me and my wife. Late night walkthrough. Because I had to go to work, so I didn't get to see when they did the rebar, when they tied it down, and so forth. So I decided to go on the property. I think at that time it had to be close to 6:30, 7 o'clock when I decided to go there. And I went for a walk around, and this is a video actually. You guys can play it. When I decided to do the walk around, and I was amazed to see how every room was split, and it gave me a better view from what I was looking on the floor plan, so I quickly understand what I was looking. Before that, I didn't understand how to read a floor plan, and it used to beat me down because I didn't know what I was doing. But as I started seeing progress, and I got deeper into reading and learning how to read a floor plan. So that was the amazing part. There's more to the story, guys. It's getting better.
That's where the lanai. That's a line for the lanai and the outdoor kitchen.
This video I won't talk much because this was actually a recording of me talking about the step process of how to build a home. Is not easy. So you need to, when you get to,
for those of you watching this,
a house is being built, you get to
building a house
have a different
for my
view
family.
and love for
Pick up
having a
those
roof
blocks
under your head. So
somewhat around
which make
a
me
year
appreciate
ago,
my parent more and
last
more
year
each and every day,
in 2018.
they
And
give
now
me
the
opportunity.
pad,
Without
I'm working
them,
toward building the pad, and
this
so on. It's a lot of blocks,
task that
but
I put myself into,
just so you know, hard work do pay.
So a lot of credit to my parents.
Whatever you put your mind to it,
to all the supporting
you know,
team,
if you put your mind to it, it will
family,
work.
my cousins,
You will make it work.
friends,
But just
and
don't give up,
brothers
no
and
matter how
sisters.
small,
So
how
it's
hard,
supporting
no
Cat,
matter what the
and
payment
of
you're
course
getting
my
paid.
my daughters
Just
and son.
self-discipline. I'm not a millionaire or anything. I don't make that much money or anything. But I want to build a 4,000 square foot home for my family.
Then they are to see
It's
me.
not so hard to ask for if you work and get it done. You understand me? So,
in this video,
if my kids are watching this video, I love you guys. Everything that I do,
onto the
I do
pad
it for
because
you.
they had just
If
got
your
done
mom is
pouring the
watching this
slab.
video,
Not the slab,
honey, I
I'm sorry,
love
the
you.
footer.
And I said I
My
was gonna build
mason
you a
guy
home.
will come in the following
That's what I want
week
to do. I'm gonna build you guys a home.
to install
I love you all.
the stem wall.
Whoever's watching this
And,
video, family
with the
members,
stem wall, we
supporters,
went about 4
friends,
feet high
I love you all.
on top of the dirt.
Much
And
love.
that not only I did that to save on
Today is
on money that I was spending
January
into dirt,
24th,
but
2019.
also because when it rained the year before, I think in 2016, we had a Hurricane Irma, I believe, and water was way too high. So therefore, because of what I saw, we decided to go with stem wall instead of regular monolithic slab. Monolithic slab, they just dig around and they pour the slab. But with the stem wall, however, you have a certain of block level you can set. Some people decide to go with 1 course or 2 course, but as for us, we decided to go with 4 courses high, which make the house sit a little bit higher above the regular level. And stay tuned until next time.